Yo, what is up, everybody? Today we are doing the first ever rebuild. This is going to be the first ever modded rebuild. As you can see, we are in 2026, and we have the new Titans logo. We have, we got Cam Ward, but most importantly, we got new rookie Carnell Tate in the game and all the other rookies from all the other teams. Since this is a modded rebuild, the first thing we're going to do is actually back out of the game. And this is because the modded franchise experience with the Start Today mod uses the thing called the progression tool. And what this does is basically replaces the XP system that Madden's used for years with the progression-based system that apparently was in, I think, Madden 12. And we just go first time initial setup. And this initiates the development of all of the players. This is what boosts their overalls. This and the stats matter tool, which will be run at the end of the year after the Super Bowl. So we can go in here and look at Titans and then just see kind of who got upgraded the most. So I can see that this guy, Fernando Carmona, a 5th round draft pick, he got upped +7. And then Cedric Gray got +6, Jermaine Johnson +5, Cam Ward +4, Peter Skoronski +3 is up to an 87. So yeah, whenever I say whoever got upgraded, this is what I'm going to be referring to, this and then the stats matter tool, which is run at the end of the year. Just curious. You can also go in here and just look at rookies. So yeah, Jude Bowery, 80 overall +10. Yeah, like you can just see it gets pretty wild. 84 overall +7. Like this stuff is crazy, but the progression is a lot more slower than traditional Madden. Like if this was regular Madden, these guys would be at like 99 in like 3 years. But the progression system has, its own system, which is cool. There's a lot more tools in here, like balance roster. So it'll balance people that like left guard to right guard, stuff like that. We can just run that, and then they get moved. We can run free agency lottery, which basically takes all the people in free agency and assigns teams that would sign them based on what they need. And as you can see, we got players like Tyreek Hill, Bobby Wagner that don't have teams yet. So we can just hit run lottery and then it'll take a second. Yeah. And then as you can see, Tyreek Hill signed with the Titans. Okay. That's actually hilarious. Bobby Wagner and Zeitler to the Bills, Joe Mixon to the Chiefs with Kenny Walker. That's interesting. Joey Bosa to the Bucks. But as you can see, it just goes in and assigns teams that would sign these players. You just hit sign players, and we now have Tyreek Hill on our team. There is other stuff, but to keep it simple, we're just going to use some of the base things like the free agent signings and then assign superstar abilities just to make sure all the players that have abilities get them. And what else? We got clear cap space for the off season. We got the trade lottery. There's nobody that wants to trade there. And then injury management, so you can actually utilize the IR more than once. And then match playbooks, so you can actually match the schemes. Like since Shane Steichen has an offensive background, it changes the defense dependent on the coordinator. So as you can see, Stefanski, defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich. It goes from Browns playbook to Falcons because Jeff Ulbrich is from the Falcons instead of the Browns offense and defense. You just make that adjustment there. And then I think with that, we are ready to jump into the game and make some stuff happen. But yeah, we got Tyreek Hill, which is actually a great addition. That's a great wide receiver 1 there. We'll see how he does in the sim. Zach Ertz. Yeah, but pretty much this first go around, I think we're just going to sim. I don't think I'm actually going to make any adjustments here. I would like to see if I can get Cam Ward's development up. Yeah, and since we're using the progression tool that doesn't use XP, you might be asking yourself, why even bother with these mini games? Well, you can still get the dev trait up from these, and a new dev trait means regenerates a progression path for the player with a dev up. As far as I'm aware, I think that's the case. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and get gold here because that's the only way you can get a dev up, and that should be money. What? Bang. 99.83, bro. So cool. Let's see if we can get a dev up on Cam Ward. No dev up here. And then choose the draft class. We do have the 2027 draft class in here for this rebuild. So we got Dante Moore, Arch Manning, and their face scans are in there as well, Jeremiah Smith. And I'm going to do scouting on auto for this rebuild just because I don't want to because I can dive deep into scouting. I just want to know the potential of these guys. So, yeah, not much to do, honestly, for this first year. The year one team is probably going to do pretty bad, but we need the pick. I just kind of want to see how Cam Ward does. Offensive line is pretty bad. Okay, so we're here in week 8, and we are, what are we? We are 2-5. I'd say that's pretty much as expected. We got a receiver breakout. We got, what else do we have? 2-5. Let's go ahead and look at how the stats are rolling so far. So we're 18th in offense. Not great. Defense 19th. So yeah, middle of the pack team, but I guess we're just on the losing side of things. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to the offseason pretty much. Oh my gosh, we are 9-8 in the playoffs. What? That's actually terrible for us. How did this happen? W against the Texans, bye week. W against the Texans again. Then lose, and then we crush the Raiders 54-10. Then loss, win-win, loss, win-win. That's 9 wins? Really? Wow. I did not expect that. Let's take a look at the 2026 playoff picture and see how it is. Rams 1 seed, Bears 2 seed, Packers 7 seed, Cowboys, Lions. Hey, Falcons in there at 4, taking on number 5 Niners. And the Bengals get the 1 seed. 2 seed Bills, obviously, for the 7 seed. Chiefs, Ravens 3 and 6, and Colts, Broncos at 4. Honestly, this is kind of realistic. Maybe not the Colts there, maybe like the Jaguars or Texans there, and then the Titans maybe are like the Jags or Texans again, whoever doesn't win that division. But other than that, pretty spot on. Houston and Jacksonville sucked this year. I don't know how we did that. We almost actually won the division. We're not going to jump in. I know we're going to get smacked. So we'll just send the week. And there we go. 23-17. Actually a close loss. And so we have the Super Bowl between the Bills and the Rams. Okay. Falcons made it to the championship game. Got smacked by the Rams. Denver and Buffalo rematch. Buffalo gets their revenge. Wow. And your Super Bowl champion is the Los Angeles Rams. Honestly, I think this could happen in real life. They're hosting the Super Bowl again, and I think they could do it again hosting the Super Bowl. So yeah, we're back out here. And the offseason really where you have to pay attention to where you do the tools. So here we go. Stats Matter tool. We run this the week after the Super Bowl. And as you can see, so Matt Stafford was expected to be in the 19 percentile, and he was in 3. So we improved. Let's go ahead and look at our team, which is the Titans down here. Tyreek Hill regressed. 80 receptions, 888 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he regressed a little bit. JC Latham allowed 11 sacks. He regressed. Skoronski allowed 6 sacks. He regressed from an 87 to 79. Oh my gosh, that's insane. But we got Alontae Taylor improved. Marshawn Lattimore improved a little bit. Armani Hooker, tiny bit. And yeah, that's about it. No Cam Ward, which is interesting. So I guess he was around as expected. And then some other stuff we could run here. Remove all injuries just to do that. And then export season data. This is just for my franchise so you can like look back on stats. We don't really need that for this just because this is a rebuild video. But yeah, cap space tool. So this makes sure that all the teams, restructure and cut players so they can have cap space for the offseason. We'll just go ahead and see what it does for us. So some restructures, some cuts. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Motivations generator. I think this helps with like higher overall people wanting money, and then like people later in their career wanting to like value starting, I think is how that works. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so coaching carousel. Brian Daboll is our OC. Gus Bradley is our defensive coordinator. So yeah, since Brian Daboll is our OC, did the tool make our offensive playbook the Giants? Yes, it did. Yeah, I'm not sure what the Giants playbook prioritizes, but we'll have to center it around that unless we fire him. Let's go ahead and see how the team did. So Cam Ward, almost 4K, 19 touchdowns, 12 picks. Yikes. And yeah, running back troubles, keeping guys healthy. Receiving though, Tyreek Hill did okay. Wandale did okay. And did Carnell Tate play? Oh my gosh. Bro hardly even played. Oh my gosh, he's the number 5 receiver. Wow, I didn't even realize that. What the heck? So I think we're going to keep the Giants playbook and just suck it up. Now we have to re-sign some of the guys. There's Jermaine Johnson. I think he was solid. He went up, right? Number 15th ranked right edge. I think I'd like to extend that. And he's going to test out free agency. Okay, that's fine. Or we could tag him. 33 mil, no thanks. Tony Adams, you can go. Pollard, you can go. I guess we'll get Volston back for depth if he wants to stay. Yep, he wants to stay. I don't think there's anybody that important here. Tyreek Hill. Do we want to keep him? I mean, we could keep him. He wants to be here. Top of the depth chart. Super Bowl chase. We're ranked as playoff contenders. I don't know how. And we have Carnell Tate. We want to develop him. I think I'm going to let Hill walk. See if he ends up back on the Chiefs somehow. So we can ball out here. We have 129 mil in cap room. We could get Sam Laporta up that. We are not even top 5 with that. So we're gonna back out of that. Okay, let's see if we get these guys. And we got one. Oh my gosh! Now Jonah Ellis is trying to go to the Colts. Got to save that from happening. We just got to find a guy who has absolutely no interest from anybody else. Brady Christensen, he might be our guy. And then there's our new 5. And we got Dane Belton. Cool. Seahawks trying to guard Donald Washington. Honestly, I don't care about that as much. And we have to send to the next week. Okay, we only have one. Okay, they signed. Cool. So we got Jonah Ellis. We got Brady Christensen. Tyler Algier is in free agency again? How? Did the Cardinals cut him? They must have. That was so stupid. I don't know why they signed Algier and then drafted Jeremiah Love. That was so dumb. Bro left the situation he had in Atlanta just to find himself in the same situation again. There's a lot of people on Keaton Mitchell. Golly. But we got Gesicki, Shelton. We're looking pretty good. And there we go. We got McLaughlin. We got Keaton Mitchell. I think, honestly, that's going to be it. I want Carnell Tate to be... We'll put him at number 2. Who's in the slot? Is Wandale. So Tate will assume number 1 role when Wandale's in the slot. Cool. I like that. Defense got a little bit better. Those 2 guys, Howden and Briggs. Yep, and they signed. Okay. So I think that's going to be it for our free agency class. We got a lot of needs. We have scouting private workouts. And because I did auto scouting, we already know a bunch. Yeah, tackle could be huge. I'm looking at guys like Jordan Seaton. Let's see what Dylan Stewart's about. Let's see what KJ Bolden's about. Let's see what Austin Saraveld's about. Okay. So let's just look at where some of these guys went. Start with quarterback. Dak Prescott went to the Saints. What? He's also 76 overall. Progression tool tanked him. Or no, Stats Matter probably tanked him. Tua went to the Rams. Trevor Lawrence went to the Texans. Max Jones to the Cardinals. Justin Fields to the Cowboys. I guess that's going to be the Dak replacement. That's interesting. Kyler Murray to the Falcons. What? Oh, man. CJ Stroud went left in free agency. He's a 68 overall? What the heck happened? Brother. And I didn't see Matt Stafford in there. Does that mean he retired? Did he retire? Who was this? Bro, who's Gus? Oh my gosh, he did. He retired. Well, I mean, he won the Super Bowl. Actually, that makes sense. Raiders up number 1 again. They take Dylan Stewart. Number 2, Jeremiah Smith. Number 3, Dante Moore. Does indeed go to the Jags. Okay. Cardinals up next. Clearly taking Arch Manning. Oh, man. Carson Beck getting the Josh Rosen treatment, I guess. Texans up to bat. Lenora Sellers. Oh, man. This is so wonky. Julian Sayin went to the Dolphins. Oh, pick before that. Jaden Mayava went to the Jets. Darian Minsah went to the Vikings, and that's all the quarterbacks taken. And who we got round 1? Nobody, at least in the top. We do have Cam Cook. I do think I want to get him. I just want to win. I want to look at these tackles. Who do we have left? Round 2 to 3, 3 to 4. We just missed out on all the good tackles. Dang. Okay. We can take the center. Round 1 to 2. Round 1 to 2. Round 1 to 2. Is there no round 1 players left at all? Wow, I might trade away the pick a little bit. Maybe we can get something from the Rams. We can get there first and then a second next year. Honestly, that's the best. That's the best offer. Yeah, let's just take the second from the Rams. I know it's probably a bad trade, but it's what was offered. We could take John Henry Daly here. Cam Cook's still there. We could take him. But tackles, yeah, none of the tackles are here anymore. I was going to go John Bayer. I should have scouted him. Why didn't I scout him? Is he any good? Let's see. BD pass block. I mean, he could be iffy. He could be iffy. I'm kind of feeling like taking a risk. Or should we take an edge rusher maybe? Round 1 to 2. John Henry Daly. I just don't know if he's going to be that game break. Like, we need a good edge rusher. A power moves, a pursuit. That's decent. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's see how he is. Ranked 33. We draft him at 32. I'll take that dub. I'll take it. Now we just gotta hope that hopefully, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's just hope. Are we good? I think we're good. Yep, Cam Cook is still here. I think I want to take Cam Cook. Ranked 39. Let's go. Hidden dev. We don't really have any of these guys scouted either. That's the bad thing. None of these guys are scouted. So Fred Johnson, round 2 to 3. Mike. We could use another one of those. It actually looks really good. I might take him. What is this, 3rd round? Yeah, that's the only guy that we know is good. So we'll take Fred Johnson. Ranked 74. That'd be a little higher than that, but yeah, run stopper, hidden dev, we'll take it. Yeah, and now all of these are just complete shots in the dark. Like, obviously, these guys aren't taken because they're busts, probably. Like, this guy's A to C awareness, Joe Cotton. Good looking combine. Is this guy a pass blocker type? Agile. And his run block finesse is C to F. That's sus. Which bad player? I'm like deciding way too much. I feel like Cotton looks better. Yeah, we'll take Joe Cotton. I feel like he looks better than the other guy. 245. Never mind. Let's go. Rocco Becht. Is he related to Anthony Becht at all? The Orlando Storm head coach? I guess we'll take a stab at maybe corner. I mean, he can't be terrible, right? Notre Dame player. Let's take a chance. 190 out of 147. I think this is the point where we maybe take a quarterback here. Avery Johnson. Bro, who is this? He's fast. Whoa. Avery Johnson's a field general with a 4.5. I honestly just am tempted. You know, we need a backup quarterback. I'm going to take Avery Johnson here. Like, yeah, 383. It's not a great pick, but like B on all the accuracy. Great runner, it looks like. I'm intrigued. Okay, last pick here. I think, honestly, Trinidad Chambliss. Isn't he a quarterback? Why is this as wide receiver? Okay. Interesting choice by the mod makers there. Xavier Lucas. Fast. You know what? Why not? 215 out of 211. Draft recap. There's not really a point of doing draft recap because these overalls aren't going to stay because you'll see what I mean in a second. We'll go ahead and sim to preseason week 1. Okay, so back here on the My Franchise tool, we got to go progression tool. And then this time we do continue progression instead of initial setup. And let's see how these rookies are. Let's go rookies and just see no change to any of them. Joe Cotton goes up +3. Great. Let's look at the rest of the team. +4 to DK. Ooh. We got Joe Cotton +3. Dane Belton +2. Nice. Jermaine Johnson +2. Lante Taylor +2. And some +1s. Nice. Interesting that there's no Cam Ward development. Oh, it didn't even let me see who I got in the free agency lottery. Well, I guess it'll be a surprise. If you want to call last year 0, here's year 1 of the rebuild, I guess. Let's see what we got here. So O-line's looking deep. Why is it doing that? Why is it starting that guy over my 77 overall right guard? That makes 0 sense. Good job, game. I don't know. I gotta put carnell tate at the wide receiver 3. I just can't. He's not high enough overall. Training camp. Maybe we'll see if we can change that, actually. Let's get carnell tate in there. Nah, no depth trait. Okay, I'm going to stop it there. Okay, let me choose a draft class again. This time we do 2028. I don't even know who's in these. CJ Carr? Malik Washington? Okay. And now some of these guys don't have real pictures. How do you even say that last name? Anyways, let's just sim the first week. Let's just sim the first week, see how we're doing. And we lost 22 to 12. That's a weird score. Let's see how we do week 2 against the Dolphins. And we lost again. Again, they scored 22. That's weird. 2-0 Falcons coming into Tennessee Sunday night primetime. We win 21 to 7. Another Sunday night. What? Back-to-back Sunday night games at home? That's weird. Good schedule making EA. This one we lose. Okay. I'm not expecting us to do as good as we did last year somehow. 1-6. Yeah. Oh, Jeffrey Simmons is... Honestly, can we trade him? Can we find a trade for him? The Jets. Okay. Are they the only ones interested? Vikings are interested, they have no cap room. Yeah, Jets are the only ones interested and they have cap rooms. What would it take though? Just out of curiosity. Because our pick's gonna be good. So we'd have 2 top picks and a second. We could maybe trade third. It's not bad. We'd sent 3 thirds for the next 3 years, Jeffrey Simmons, and a 5th this year to get the Jets' first round pick. We're going to suck. Let's just send to the playoffs and get it over with. No way. We almost did it again. We went 8-9. Loss. Then week 11. Win. Oh my gosh. We won 7 in a row to end the year. Bro, what? Then again, that's 4 division games in a row at the end, which our division sucks, apparently. Bills went 17-0. Please tell me the Jets were bad too. 5-12. Okay, we got the 5th overall pick. AFC Bills 17-0. Browns made the playoffs. NFC Panthers 15-2. The Super Bowl's the 2-1 seeds. Panthers and Bills. Wow. So no matter what happens, we're going to have a new first-time Super Bowl champion. The Buffalo Bills get their first Super Bowl win. 27-24. Bo next year MVP. Joe Brady Coach of the Year. Do we want to try a new offensive playbook? Let's see where we ranked this year. Yeah, 26 in offense. And how was our defense? 6th. Okay. I mean, it's probably mostly at the end of the. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna fire Brian Dable, and we're gonna see what staff. You can't see what playbook. You know what we can do? My franchise tool to the rescue. Clint Kubiak would run the Seahawks offense. Wait, he got fired already? What the heck? And Mike LaFleur's here too. So do we want Rams offense or Seahawks offense? What would benefit Cam Ward? I feel like let's go Seahawks offense. Let's go Seahawks offense. Let's hire Clint Kubiak. That should be fun. Wow. Okay, so Raiders experiment did not work apparently. Stats matter tool. Let's run it. Bo Nix improved. Josh Allen improved. Caleb Williams improved. Patrick Mahomes improved. Oh gosh. How do we do? Cam Ward improved to an 82. That's what we like to see. Wan'Dale Robinson 88. DK regressed. Gesicki improved. Jermaine Johnson improved. Nice. More improvements there. Some regression. Okay. The Cam Ward. Yeah, look at that. 37, 82, 30 touchdowns, 10 picks. We like to see that. We like to see that development there. Okay, so now going into free agency, re-signing some people. We got Peter Skoronski back. That was an important one. Cody Barton, X Factor at 31. A little old, but we got him. Cedric Gray, another Will there. So we got some good linebackers. Now looking at some of the offensive pieces we need to look at in the offseason. We need some tackles. We probably need to get a tight end. And then moving over to the defense, we pretty much need anything, honestly. Some DT help, some safeties. But yeah, now we move into free agency here. This was our initial 5. We sim a week or an eval period, and we get Braden Fisk. Reload with the 5. We add Terrion Arnold in there. I think Mike McGlinchey is an add in there. And we get nothing. Like, bro, we reload again, and we get nothing. We reload this time, we even put a punter in there. Like, hopefully, at least we can get the punter maybe. No, but we do get some linemen trying to revamp that line. They're not high overall, but, like, they're probably going to start. We try and get a corner or two here. We get a corner, Kenny Moore. Now moving to the trade lottery. I thought something was interesting here. Darian Mensah, quarterback from the Vikings, drafted just a year ago to the Giants. And then Devontae Smith traded from the Eagles to the Chargers for a 6 and a 3. And now we skip ahead to the draft. We have the 5th pick from the Jets. We look to trade back. It's like, I don't really like anything I see. Try and trade the pick manually. Didn't like anything we see. So then I went to see who I could select. And there's another Bo Jackson. I'm sorry. There's another Bo Jackson. He looks absolutely insane. So we take him. And yeah, just wait until it says what number this guy's overall is. This is just insane. I don't know that I actually looked this guy up. Apparently his name is Lamar Jackson. So either way you slice it, he's stealing somebody's name, which is kind of crazy. But there you can see Jackson on the jersey there, and he is number 2 in true value. We took him at 5, hidden dev, elusive back. Great pick there. I think try and make him a cornerstone of the franchise alongside Cam Ward, maybe. Then we skip to pick 16 here. We end up trading down with the Ravens, trading a receiver and getting a 3rd. And then we take this guy. Don't know much about him, but his defensive tackle looked solid. He was the only one that we knew would be decent from scouting. Then we go ahead into round 2. We're just simming pick by pick, hoping that the guys we want don't get picked. And then there's Terrence Green. There's another guy we want. And then we're looking at some quarterbacks, trying to make up my mind. Finally gets to our pick, and we decide to double down on Terrence Green, double down on defensive tackles, which was desperately needed. Number 36 value, got him at 48. I think that was pretty good value there. Again, skip ahead. Now it's pick 22 in the 2nd round. And, I'm looking, Cam Ward, right? Last year of his rookie deal. So we take a stab, look at the quarterbacks, see what I like. I came to the conclusion, Bryce Underwood's athleticism put him over for me. So we grab him, normal dev, but hopefully if Cam Ward goes south, we have a guy for the future. And then moving right along here at round 3, just at this point, it's just a guessing game because nobody's really that nice in terms of like talent scouting wise. So we decided to take a left tackle, Elijah Page here. Not great, not bad. 101, not terrible. And then we decided to go corner for our next pick, Jalen Todd. 159 out of 112. And then we go to the 6th round and we decide to double dip on corner just like we did defensive tackle. We get Elijah Green and it's a hidden dev. So that's not bad. And then we pick up a safety, Mason Curtis, to round it all off. I think that's the last pick. Yeah, it's the last pick. So looking at the draft class, Bo Jackson, obviously, 79 overall, hidden dev, but that's going to change with the progression tool. Our defensive tackles 75 and 73 overall. I think I did a pretty good job for this draft. So now we go to the important part, the progression tool. It has been ran. We go to Titans. We sort by overall, and Bo Jackson gets a +6. So he is an 85 overall rookie. Looking at some of these other guys, we got +5 for Cody Barton. He's up to a 90. We got Cam Ward +1. He's up to an 83 after the Stats Matter tool got him up to an 82. Some other +1s there. Just looking at the rookies, the defensive tackle we drafted, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, I'm going to be honest. I think he got a +1. Looking at some of the other guys, Malachi Toney +7. I don't know who that is, but yeah, like I said, I don't really follow college football that much, so I don't really know much about these players. But I mean, if you want to see what the progression tool did to some of them, CJ Carr, I think, actually does pretty well for the Giants in the sim. So, yeah, now we're moving along to training camp, and yeah, I just try to go all out with the training camp, see if I can get a dev. Nothing from Cam Ward. Now we're on to Bryce Underwood, the rookie quarterback, and we get nothing there. But look at this Bo Jackson run. 83K points, and we still got another attempt, and we get all the way up to 95K points. But, drum roll please, we get a grand total of nothing. So we move to Cornell Tate. Did I call him Corn? Carnell Tate. We get nothing from him. We go to Peter Skoronski. Got nothing from him. We go to that rookie, Brioro. I don't know how you say that guy's name, man. But we get nothing from him. So we quit there. Now we're moving to week 1. This is after the cut days. We get the win 23-7 against the Texans. Have a little bit of injuries. Need to deal with the center injury. Put him on IR. Got a new one. Now we're simming week 2 against the Broncos, and we take a huge loss, 41-7. More injuries. I think I lower injury sliders later here, but simming week 3, and we get a big win against Minnesota. So now we sim to mid-season, Chicago Bears coming up, and then we sim again against the Lions, get the loss. We're 4-2, and now we're 4-3 after the Lions loss. Look at some of the guys we have to re-sign later. That's going to be huge later. Cam Ward's one of those guys. We sim again and lose again to the Packers. We sim again. Surely we could beat the Colts. They suck, right? No. 29-3 loss. And then I finally take a look at the injuries. Wandale and Bo Jackson are hurt. That's 2 huge weapons. Probably 2 of our biggest weapons are out. We lose again to the Chargers. We drop from 4-2 to 4-6. And both of those guys are still hurt. We sim the Jags game. They're 8-3. Surely we lose, right? No. We win. We're 5-6. Now we got to take the 7-4 Dolphins. This was a hard schedule, by the way. Can I just say that? Super hard schedule. And we lose. We're now 5-7. We do have our playmakers back, but again, an 8-4 team. We keep playing like really good teams. The schedule was super hard, but we get the win 17-14 somehow. I don't know. But now we got the Colts again, who we got smacked to last time. Let's see if we can get the win, and we do. So now we're 7-7, fighting for probably a wild card spot because the Jags are 2 games ahead of us. And we send the game against the Eagles, and we win. So now we're 8-7 against the Chiefs. Week 17, they're 10-5. We're 8-7. Let's see if we can get the win to keep our playoff hopes alive. And we don't. We lose. And now we sim against the Jags, and we lose that one as well. So we finished this season 8-9. Yeah, not really where I thought we would be. I thought maybe we'd get a wild card spot, but if we did last season, I thought we would this year too. But 30th in offensive yards. Absolutely terrible. Middle of the pack on defense again. Cam Ward, 17 touchdowns, 14 picks. I don't know if that's going to get it done. Bo Jackson had a decent year despite the injuries. And receiving, it was just kind of mixed, you know? So then we go and make maybe the biggest mistake of the rebuild is re-signing Cam Ward. I just wanted to do it, you know? He's in the thumbnail. We got to make sure the main guys are the main guys. We also re-signed DK. We also signed the kicker back. We signed a right guard for depth. And your Super Bowl this year was 49ers Dolphins, and the Dolphins actually ended up winning MVP quarterback Julian Sayin. I think this was just his second year, or maybe that even might be his rookie year. I don't know. But since the season's over, now we go to the Stats Matter tool, and Cam Ward regressed from an 83 to a 77. So, yeah, immediately regretting extending him. A lot of regression from this season, which sucks, but that's the beauty of using this My Franchise tool. It's fun, it's dynamic, and overall's change from year to year. we make the executive decision to fire Clint Kubiak. We kind of look around and see what we can get. Landed on Gary Pierre. He uses the Baltimore Ravens playbook, so we're going to try that next season and see how that goes for us. But yeah, 8-9, and yeah, we send the week. Trade lottery, there's some of the results. Mika Fitzpatrick on the move again, I think. That's kind of funny, but yeah, and then we matched the scheme there, and it was the Ravens playbook. So yeah, a lot of fun there. We'll see how it turns out. We're back in the game now. Kenny Moore retired? No. Okay. Hopefully you enjoy. I'm trying to get a mix of like live gameplay and then just me playing semi off camera, but like don't have to commentate the whole thing. Looking at some of the players that we have to negotiate here, honestly, not much to do here. I do kind of like Jawan Briggs, but that's way too much. Also, Carnell Tate's 5th-year option looks like a lot. For 75 overall, he's probably going to be relatively cheap, so I'm not going to accept that either. And honestly, we can just let all these guys walk. So we're going to send them here to the next week. First of all, let's look at the team before we get started in free agency here. Again, not great, but Bo Jackson playing up to an 87 right now. It's his morale. He's really an 85, but hopefully progression tool might actually get him up to an 87. Might get him more to an 87. Might get him up to like a 90. Pretty sure last time it was like +6. So maybe this time will be +7. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, yeah, we need tight ends still. We got Noah Grays. Center, we have nobody apparently. Thought we had somebody to center, but we don't. Yeah, this offensive line still sucks. We need to get a better offensive line. And Wandale regressed like crazy. Defensively, Cody Barton still goated. Safety, really? We lost safety? I thought we still had a good safety. Baker Mayfield is X Factor. What? That's weird. Also, just heard that he's going to be in the Netflix quarterback series, season 3 of that. So that's cool. That should be funny. Taylor Green. This is actually interesting because he was the starter. I saw he was the starter for the Browns the past season. So that's interesting. Fernando Mendoza's in free agency? What? What? Oh, they actually have his face scan in here. That's sick. But I guess he didn't play well on the Raiders. It's only, how many years? 3 years? Did his rookie contract end or did they just cut him? That's so weird. We need these guys. Let's see. I think we can might be able to get him. We might be able to get the guys that have no other offers. We'll see. Oh, gosh. Nice. We managed to secure Josh Simmons. It's actually huge. And then we got Wyatt Millum and Lloyd Cushenberry. So we just revamped our almost entire offensive line in 2 seasons. Okay, so these are our new targeted people. Hopefully we can get Darion Kendrick. We'll see. Okay. So we got Shamar James. That was about as I expected. And then the Blackman went elsewhere, I think. So Kendrick, we're in the front running for that. I guess we'll sim another one, and no, we didn't get that guy. I already forgot his name. Did we get? Okay, we got Nate Wiggins. That's something at least. We're leaving here with something. Baker Mayfield to the Raiders. That looks so weird. Bro's an X Factor. That's crazy. Okay, boom. So now everybody, we have either sole interest or tied interest. So hopefully we can get some of these guys. Oh boy. Okay, we got Jarvis Brownlee, we got Wheatley, and that's it. Great. Okay. Honestly, wait, so did we get a strong safety? Okay, we did. We got Pinnock and Wheatley. Okay. So honestly, I think we're good. Like, that was a really good free agency class, for my standards at least. I mean, look at this roster now. That right side still needs some work. How that happened? Okay, I also don't know why some people are starting over other people. Kindle, bro's named after a tablet. Bro, I'm dead. Okay. Let's offer him and then just see if we get them. No. Do we get neither? Okay, we got Ferguson. That's good. We'll get him. I guess we'll get him. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So I'm perfectly fine with that haul. We got a tight end. We got our corner. I like it. Yeah, we'll sacrifice the space to get him. That should be money. Bang, let's go. We got Torrey Horton. Okay. Yeah, that's all I need from that. So we'll go into 3 for under Tennessee playbook. Wait, why is it Tennessee playbook? Shouldn't it be... Ah, shoot, we've been running the wrong playbook. Robert Saleh, it should be the 49ers, I think. I guess it's because I'm the head coach, so I mainly have to do the defense. I didn't think about that. Let's see who goes first. The Jets, it's Faison Brandon, quarterback. I don't know the quarterback situation, so I don't know if that's a good pick or not. Tristan Keys. Honestly, we're not going to do any trading up. So we're just going to advance the user pick, see what we got here. Cutter Boley went to the Viking. Kayshawn Henderson went to the Eagles, number 5. Is there anybody here at the top that I want? Carter Meadows, elite acceleration, elite agility. He could be good. Rodney Dunham, and he's faster, but he's also, his talent is less than Meadows. Ooh, or we could get, Pepe. Yo, we got Pepe in the draft. I think, honestly, I'm going to go for Rodney Dunham. Right edge. He's going to replace Jermaine Johnson. Ranked 34 out of 15. That's perfectly fine with me. Hidden dev. That's perfectly fine with me, honestly. I don't consider that a reach. I think the guy's going to be amazing in, like, a season or 2. Okay, who do we have now? Absolutely nobody. Xavier Griffin, Mike, round 1 talent. Should we snag him? Looks like the only guy here that, like, is actually decent. He looks great. So I guess that'll be our Cody Barton replacement alongside that other guy we signed. Ranked 20. We drafted him at 47. Hidden dev. Nice. Oh, we don't until round 4. Rip whoever that was that I was going to draft. Probably. We got Sidney Stewart. Round 3 to 4 talent. Elite speed. But he didn't go to the Combine or Pro Day, so we can't confirm or deny this information. Let's look at these guys head-to-head. So one's 296, one's 310. Amari Adams is a year older. Better tackle there. I think I like Amari Adams better. From Clemson as well. Ranked 56. Nice. Normal dev, though, which kind of sucks. We continue into the 5th round here. Deuce Knight, projected round 1 to 2 and is a UDFA. That's funny. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't the other Elijah Moore that's in the league? Didn't I mention this? That he didn't have his face scan for some reason? Like the actual Elijah Moore that's already in the league. There's another one here that has the same face. I wonder if that was a mistake. So at least we know we'd be getting something decent. Yeah, I might just do that, honestly. We'll shoot that. At least we know. Ranked 190, 143. That's fine. At least we know we're getting something solid. And I'm going all the way to round 7. Dang, I didn't have a 4th round or a 6th round pick. Yeah, this is literally, yeah, just a guess for buns. Should I take Braden Lee? Why not? At this point, it's literally just a shot in the dark. 246. Okay, yeah, that wasn't that great. Let's go to tools, progression tool, continue progression. Let's see what rookies did the best. A free agent had the highest upgrade, a +9, and he's undrafted. Wow. That running back. Savion Hitter. Got drafted to the Packers. +8. He's an 87 overall rookie. Even better than Bo Jackson. Oh my gosh. Another tackle that's a free. Oh, we could use him. Xavier Griffin +6. Nice. Oh, man. Rodney Dunham +2, 76 overall. Braden Lee, that corner from the 7th round, +2. That's not bad. Wow. Okay, let's look at all the players now. Bo Jackson +1. Cam Ward +1. Man, I thought they would get a little higher. I don't remember what the cutoff year is for the progression tool, because only players less than 6 years pro and veterans who earned dev trait boosts qualify. Yeah, so there's a certain cutoff period where at some point, like, the players stop progressing using that tool and only progress or regress through stats matter. The fact that we didn't get anything in free agency lottery is actually a decent sign, because that means that there was nothing in here that we need necessarily. Okay, so now I'm going to do some training camp, and then I'll let you know if I get anything. And okay, I did some, and yeah, I'm getting nothing from that. So we're just going to sim. Okay, we are at week 1. Let's go ahead and make sure our depth chart is good and all that. And we win against the Jaguars. Very nice. What's this injury? Josh Simmons broken toe. Okay, week 2 against the Falcons. We get a win. Okay, another new injury. Again, the lineman, bro. The lineman, dude. Let's get another dub here against the Bengals. No, we lose. Still 2-1. Another injury. Let's see if we can get it done. On the road, we lose. Okay, now we're 2-2. Yeah, Carnell Tate's cheap, so we're gonna like extend him now while he's still cheap. Week 5 against the Texans here. Please win. We lose by a point. Are you serious, dude? Cam Ward is hurt. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's talk about it. How are we faring so far? 24th in offense. How's the defense doing? Middle of the pack again. Ooh, 5th. Bo Jackson's 14th in the NFL in rushing. That's not going to get it done, man. Cam Ward's playing all right. I just don't know what it is, man. I just don't know. Let's get to the bye week here, and we lose. We're 2-4, but it's also because of these injuries, man. We lost the Cardinals 43-14. Yeah, like, what's going on, man? We got this win. It was a solid win. Cam Ward did great. Bo Jackson did great. And then we beat the Falcons. 1 touchdown for Cam Ward. Not as good of a game for Bo Jackson, but we still got the win. Nice defensive performance. And then what's happened in these games? Cam Ward threw a pick, but overall not a bad game. The running game, I guess, wasn't as good. The Ravens, Cam Ward didn't really do much. That Ravens defense is crazy, I guess. Texans, you lost by a point. Bryce Underwood, this is the game you had to come in and play. Not much production there. Then the Colts game, Underwood threw 3 picks. Oh my gosh, that's our problem. Arizona had a 27-point quarter. Oh my gosh, Arch Manning 5 touchdowns. And yeah, Bryce Underwood is just not doing great here. Even though I feel like the Baltimore playbook should favor him because of his athleticism, but apparently not. We're 2-5. We're just into the playoffs. This season was over as soon as it started, basically. If we go 8-9 again, there's something wrong with this file. 7-10. What is wrong with this dude? We keep like somehow crawling back in at the end. What happened? So we lost Seahawks by a point, beat the Colts, beat the Chargers, lost the 49ers, lost the Browns, beat the Jags, beat the Rams, lost the Bills. That's the 7 wins. Wow. Yeah, this is just not going as well as I thought it would. Faison Brandon is their starting quarterback, and they got the 3 seed. But I mean, these modded rebuilds are tough. Let's send them to the Super Bowl and see who wins this. And Washington made it. Who's even their quarterback? Malik Washington. Sega Paludi-Lel? Is the Ravens quarterback still Lamar? Of course it is. He didn't even do that much. It's that running game that I was trying to use from their playbook. Bo Nix went on a tear. Oh my gosh. But they lost by a point. That's crazy. Okay. The Washington Commanders won the Super Bowl with Malik Washington. Wow. Lamar Jackson MVP. Clint Kubiak coached the year with the Jets. Wow. After spending a year as OC with us, he goes to be the Jets head coach and wins Coach of the Year. This Stats Matter tool is about to be brutal. Cam Ward might actually go down to a 60-something. Cam Ward improved. How? What? 27, 57, 22, and 8. His expected percentile was 44, and he got to 31. Wandale back up to an 87. Xavier Griffin from an 81 to an 89. He was in the 1% percentile. Oh my gosh. I guess because Cody Barton got hurt. Yeah, he regressed. He's probably going to get rid of X Factor. Xavier Griffin, 89 overall in his second year. That's super exciting. He was an X Factor. Wow. He was naturally an X Factor. I didn't get his boost from training camp. Okay, so jumping into the next offseason here. Here are some of the signings. Trying to get through some of the offseason stuff relatively quickly. So if you just want to look at that, you can. Moving on to the draft here. We got the 10th overall pick here. And we end up selecting a wide receiver. Look, wide receiver has been so hard to get in this class. And yeah, I can never seem to develop him. We get a good right tackle there, though. He's going to develop nicely. We get Chris Whitehead, has hidden dev. He's pretty good. We got Stansel, though, round 1 projected UDFA, but he ends up being round 1 talent. And then we get some corners late down the board. They didn't really mean that much. They were just like, I needed to just get depth / find a hidden gem. But those first 4, look at those first 4, man. Now we go to the progression tool in RJ Mosley +5. Let's go. Looking at progression tool for the whole team. Xavier Griffin +6. Rodney Dunham +5. RJ Mosley +5, as we know. And a couple of +1s, +2s sprinkled in there. Here's the team for, I think this is, 2030 now? We're just breezing along here. But yeah, we advanced to mid-season and we're 2-4. Like, bro, offense still sucks. There is nothing I can do here. So we just sent to the playoffs. We end up being 7-10. Chiefs Seahawks in the Super Bowl, and the Chiefs end up getting it done 31-10. Joe Burrow is MVP. We end up having enough of our offensive coordinator and firing him. We get Mike McDaniel. We're going to try the Dolphins playbook and see if that works for us. Looking at some of the Stats Matter stuff, Cam Ward regresses down to a 75. I'm already regretting that contract big time. But some improvements, some regressions. But yeah, then we got the signings there real quick for you, and then we're jumping back into the draft. Just like that, we're jumping back into the draft. We trade down because I didn't really like this draft class. There wasn't really anything that I found besides corner, round 1 talent. We took him at 26 and he ended up being 15 value, so that's pretty good. We trade down again, and we actually don't trade down. We actually just trade the pick to the next draft. End up getting a center, which is pretty good. It doesn't say it there, but he ends up being pretty good. And then round 4, what happens here? Oh, we get a Mike linebacker. That's right. Yeah, ranked 46. He's pretty good. And then we take a risk here. and go quarterback Jace Johnson. I know we have Cam Ward, but we just got to think. You know, we have Bryce Underwood too. We just got to think. You know, we gotta have options. So look at the progression tool and look at that. Tylan George +6, and also Jamar Thompson +3 there. Not bad. And then looking at some of the other people, we got Xavier Griffin up to a 99 overall. That's crazy. Cooper Hackett, rookie last year, we drafted +4. Some +3s, some +2s. But look at this. The quarterback we just drafted, check this out. First time doing his training camp, and boom, dev trade upgrade. But that's not all. We also do Bryce Underwood, and would you believe it? I mean, why else would I be showing it? Let's be honest. He also gets it. So, yeah, since Johnson got it, we're going to give him the start this year, just see how he does. But, yeah, that's the team. We move to week 8. We're 3-4. The offense still sucks. We advance to the playoffs, and it's like deja vu. We get 7-10 again, just like last season. The playoffs, Chiefs-Bears. Chiefs win it again. They go back-to-back, and Justin Herbert wins MVP this time. So now we're jumping back into the Stats Matter tool, and yeah, regression, a lot of regression. Even Xavier Griffin regressed. I thought that would have been impossible. Bro's a 99. He's great. So now we're in the free agency. We're targeting that quarterback, Saga Palutali. I don't know how you say his name. And watch this. We get him. So 76 overall, number 19 ranked in the league. We might finally have a good quarterback. And because of that, we trade Cam Ward. We just up 2 rounds our pick. And then we go in the draft and get another corner. I think, yeah, look at that. Ranked 7 in true value. We got him at 12. And then we trade away our other first-round pick for a first next year because I didn't like anybody there. And then we go Chris Sherwood, wide receiver. Like, look, I keep going wide receiver, and I keep not being able to progress any of them. But that's just the name of the game. This guy's hidden death. Maybe he'll be better. And then we take, was this a Will? He's pretty solid. And then we just take guys that we know are good because we scouted them in the auto scout. But they're like projected UDFA, but they're like round 2 to 3, 1 to 2 talent. So that's just crazy. So yeah, we got a bunch of those guys. There's another one, ranked 91. And then Rudy Middleton, round 2 to 3 talent, projected UDFA. Like, it's just crazy what you can find. This is just from auto scouting. Like, I might just in my normal Madden franchises might not even scout anymore. And look, check this guy out. Lance Vance, I take a kicker. 99 kick power. Are we serious? But yeah, another pick there just because he got hidden dev though. So that's not bad. But yeah, look at the Alexander Matthews. Does that say +6 or +8? I can't tell. But either way, massive upgrades there. And then Rodney Dunham +5. He's a beast. I called that too. And just some more +2s and +1s. Just some casual progression there as we move into what should be 2032, I think. And yeah, Jace Johnson, no good for us. We trade him for a backup middle linebacker. And yeah, the team has never looked better. We also sim to the midseason, extend Xavier Griffin and extend Bo Jackson, our 2 superstars on both sides of the ball. We're here in week 10. We are, what are we? 20th in offense. We're getting a tiny bit better, but not much. We're 5-5. We send the Browns game. We win. We send the Jags game. And I think we won that too. So we're 7-5, looking pretty good. Lose to the Chargers though. But we send the Jets game and we get the win. We're 8-6, taking on the 12-2 Ravens. Can we get it done? We don't. Spoiler alert, we don't. And then we sim the Bengals game. They're 9-6, and we lose the game. And that was like when I knew, yeah, all hope is lost for this season. It was close, but we couldn't get it done. 8-9 record. We have to go another season with no playoffs. We take a look at the stats. Like Saga Paletti, however you say his name, he didn't do bad. Bo Jackson, 1278 yards, pretty solid. But yeah, we just don't have a bona fide wide receiver 1, which I think is our problem. Eagles and Chargers in the Super Bowl. And I think, yeah, the Eagles get it done by a point. Patrick Mahomes is MVP. And now we jump to the Stats Matter tool. And just as we got a quarterback, he regresses. Bo Jackson improves. Nick Marsh, one of our wide receivers, regresses. RJ Mosley, massive regression. Absolutely massive regression. Yeah, some improvements on the backup Mike. Xavier Griffin went down a little bit, and we just have enough. We fire Mike McDaniel. We fire Gus Bradley, the DC, who's been there from year 1. We hire Aiden Durd, the Seahawks DC, get the Seahawks offensive playbook, and we get Mike LaFleur to get the Rams offensive playbook. I think those will be solid for us. Just looking at some quick free agency signings real quick. There they were. And now we go to the draft, which we finally have a good top pick. We take a quarterback finally. Jared Morgan from TCU. These are the CPU-generated drafts now. So just random players. These aren't like legit people. We finally get our guy. He might be ranked 35 in true value, but it's worth it. So worth it to have a quarterback that's actually going to be good. That's all the difference. We take Hugh Shivers, who's pretty good corner. We take a chance on Ben Byron, who didn't go to the combine, so there wasn't much to go on. But watch this. We skip a couple rounds, but watch this absolute running back snipe. I don't know this guy's talent at all. Projected UDFA. I just look at the skills and watch this. Number 59 out of 138. Well, not out of 138. We picked him at 138, but he's number 59. Hidden dev. Like, bang, dude. And then we go to the Stats Matter tool. Look at that. +4 to Hugh Shivers. +4 to another guy we drafted. Oh, no, it's Jared Morgan. I can't even read from this far out, man. But, yeah, great draft class. I'm just glad we finally got... And then Alexander Matthews from last year we drafted round 3 +7. Like, bro, the team is coming together. But here we go. Yeah, I just had to throw this in here. Let's take a backup quarterback that went down. We got the dev trade upgrade. That's just trolls, man. That's just trolls. But this is the team. I'm telling you, this is the team. So we sim to week 12. We're 7-3. This might be finally our time. We sim a week, we lose. We're 7-4. And now we're 9-6. We sim a little bit. We get 2 wins, we lose 2. We're 9-6. Sim the Rams game, we win. Sim the Colts game. And would you believe it if I told you we were 11-6? And not only that, but we got the stinking 1 seed. Like, bro, what? So you know what that means? It's playoff football in Nashville, baby. 1 seed time. We skipped to the second half here. 20-6, 23-6 against the Raiders. 23-13. They can't get anything going. We had a field goal. We stop and we had a touchdown. It's 32-13. That's the ball game. And now we go to the conference championship against the Steelers. They're up 23-10. They have the ball. 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 7, 4th and 7. They punt. So the situation is 2:56 left. 1 timeout. Here we go. Can Morgan get it done? As a rookie, start out with the drive. Pass caught by Marsh. Good catch. We move a little later. 4th and 2. 1:36 left. Down to the 41. Takes the snap. And it's caught by Brooks for a first down. Absolutely massive. Move a little longer. Look at this catch by Brooks again. Bro's going off. And now 1st and goal. 30 seconds left. Clock ticking. We're looking for Marsh, and he can't hold it in. Now it's 2nd and goal. We're gonna go for a run here. There's a little bit of time, and Bo Jackson gets it in for the game-leading touchdown. Crazy. And now it's 4th and 12. All Steelers can do is just desperation try, and it's no good. We're going to the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so here we are. What a difference a good quarterback makes, huh? I mean, rookie in the Super Bowl? Who would have thought? Number 17 ranked in the league. 94 throw power, superstar dev. What abilities he got? Closer. Yeah, nice, bro. But man, we finally did enough to get it done. Is that guy wearing underwear? The Start Today mod's so glitched. I wonder if I'm supposed to use Unlocked with it or something. I don't know, but there's the team, and there's the rookie quarterback. Wow, the audio, oh my gosh. Let's get this sim underway. And they both start out 7-7 immediately. Oh my gosh. 14-7. 14-14. High-flying game. Oh my gosh. They calmed down a little bit. 21-14. It's halftime. It's the 3rd. We're up 28-14. We're up 31-14. 31-17. 38-17. 45-24. And that's going to do it. We did it. We don't even have to jump in. But we're going to take the knee that sends, I forgot his name, Jared Morgan, rookie quarterback, Super Bowl champion. And there it is. Oh my gosh. I can't believe all it took was just an actually good quarterback. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, huh? But we do it 45-24 against the Packers. This Titans rebuild is complete. Let's go. Team was built well. We just didn't have the quarterback to get us over the edge. Once we did, even as a rookie, this team went crazy. Got the 1 seed somehow and made it all the way to Super Bowl champions. Let's go. And who got hurt? Rodney Dunn. No, I don't know who it was. Xavier Griffin. Oh my gosh. But man, what a rebuild. I enjoyed this thoroughly. If you want me to do more of these, let me know. With what team? Oh, Dodson's an X Factor? What? Let me know if you want me to continue this franchise. Oh, that'd be funny. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you actually watched all of this, thanks for watching. And yeah, let me know what team you want to see next. I'm thinking maybe we do the Falcons since I'm a Falcons fan. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.